culture. They recently hosted a performance by Movement for the Urban Village, or MUV. This dance company was founded by Shalewa McCall and is dedicated to dance rooted in the African diaspora.
Hey now.
I came to found Move in 2003, and it was the outgrowth of some work I had done as a solo performer and some informal work I had done with small groups of other dancers. We are presenting our second season in Brooklyn this weekend, and we did a few different showcases and showed a variety of works in progress in the first year. I started out, I had a space grant and I just had open studio with the time that I got, and a group of dancers came in and I started building work around the people who were in the studio. And that became our signature work, and it's called Movement for the Urban Village. This season, we have expanded the company up to 13, including myself. I've been a little bit more ambitious in the scope of the works that I'm making this year. I have two major works that I'm premiering, Bearers and Wildflowers. Bearers, which opens the programs this weekend, is a piece that deals with the idea of legacy and continuity and heritage and what we carry from our mothers and our mentors and our models. It was originally conceptualized as a dance about the Middle Passage and the slavery experience. But in light of Katrina and the passing of Rosa Parks and then later Coretta Scott King, put me in mind of the idea of struggle being ongoing and the idea that there had been some moment in African American history where there were more people actively engaged in struggle, that it was part of your work and your life and your breath. It is part of my response to that, and the idea that we have a legacy of struggle that we must uphold, that we must bear. The response has been really overwhelmingly positive. I've had people from my various dance lives, from my contemporary dance life and from my African dance life, from my club dance life, come through. So it's gotten out to lots of different communities, and I am always kind of overwhelmed by the response. And when people come up to me and they tell me, you know, I got that, I saw that, you know, that meant something to me. That's very affirming for me. And because there are so many different kinds of strands of experience and information that I walk around with, I feel and I've found that everybody can find some entrance into something. Even if maybe they don't get the punk thing, they get the, you know, the jazz thing. Or if they don't get the West African thing, they'll get the more formal modern dance.
Just like me as a dancer, I've studied various styles of dance, tango, salsa, ballet, tap, jazz. So what I like about MUV, just like me, it incorporates everything, you know. It incorporates, you know, I like to be, you know, out and having fun with my friends, you know, shaking a little bit and stuff, and that's here, as well as like a technical base, as well as like an ancient African base, and it's historical, but yet, you know, dynamic. That's what sets it apart.
Well, my dance background is actually ballet, jazz, modern, and African. However, when I was growing up, I thought it was African until I moved to Brooklyn, and I realized it was just really modern dance. My traditional background started in Brooklyn and actually started with Shalewa.
Being a part of MUV is pretty full and lush. There's lots of women. We have a variety of ages, from people just graduating college to people into their later 30s. So you learn a lot from all stages. And I've actually kind of, in the past 3 years with Move, kind of seen myself grow up and change a lot and evolve over time. And some members are still here and some have moved on. So it can get real familiar and family-like.
I love being from Brooklyn. I love telling people that I was born on Eastern Parkway. And Brooklyn is definitely in my movement and in my spirit. Being a part of the arts community here in Brooklyn has been an unending source of inspiration and support. There's so much energy here. There's so much different kinds of work being made. There's the underground dance community, the Afro-punk community, the sort of experimental music community. All of these people are making work that expands notions of what Black art is. And that's been very important to me. I feel sort of supported in the idea that whichever way I step, whichever way I want to explore my own creative impulses, that there will be people who I can dialogue with, who will, get the work, who will appreciate the work. And I think we have fostered in each other a desire to try new things and to break existing sort of molds.
Thanks for tuning in to this special episode of Neighborhood Beat. If you'd like to learn more about the series, visit us on the web at www.bcat.tv. Or if you'd like to get involved with our productions or have a story you'd like to share with us, email us at nb@bcat.tv. We'll see you next month for more Neighborhood Beat.